On this week's Hot 10, will Dominaria have what it takes to stay on top in the number 1 to 10 position like it's done the last several weeks? Or will a new set like Warhammer 40k finally crack the armor that is the unstoppable Dominaria United? Hi everyone and welcome back. MTG Moxman here, and thanks a lot for being here on the channel with me today. A big thank you to all my patrons, my YouTube membership members, all my regular viewers, and all the new viewers coming in and subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button and putting comments in the comment section. I really appreciate everyone and welcome aboard. So for today's Hot 10 video, we've got Dominaria United, which has been the number 1 card selling single week after week from number 1 to number 10. Only 1 or 2 cards have barely managed to crack the single sales market on this set. It's very hard to do. Dominaria has been a very strong set. When you compare it against sets like Kamigawa, Neon Dynasty, New Capenna, after the first week or two, a lot of the sales slip off and other cards get in there. But not Dominaria United. It's held on very well. But now we have Warhammer 40k at full release. I know a lot of singles were moving on the market. I tracked down a lot of these sales for you guys to go over everything today and show you the hottest selling singles in Magic the Gathering this week. So stay tuned, stick around, let me know what you think in the comment sections. Let's get this party started with number 10. Haughty Djinn from Dominaria United with 490 sales this week. The market price is $1.77 US, a foil price is $1.95 US, and it's €1.40 to get this card into your house. Here in Canada, it goes for around $3 Canadian. This card will continue to see play as it goes forward in blue control decks that like the fact that it's a low casting cost card that lowers the casting cost of instants and sorceries, which makes your control spells cost that much less. This card gets powered up every time you counter something, unsummon something, or just make a mess of somebody else's business. It continues to see strong play inside of Arena, which means it'll see a lot of in-store play as well, and I wonder how it's going to mix with the Brothers War after it's released. When we take a look at the number 9 card, that is Chaos Warp, and this is the Universes Beyond Warhammer 40k edition. It costs less than $1 on the market. Its 512 sales shows you that people are buying this card, and here in Canada it goes for around $2 Canadian. Now when you take a closer look, even though it's been reprinted, this card will continue to see use, and that unique artwork totally reminds me of the Avengers movie when they're like in deep space with Tony Stark fighting off the army. Remember those big whale things in the... Yeah, you remember what I'm talking about. You guys know. I know it's an early Saturday morning, but you guys understand. Now the number 8 card this week is the Leaf Crown Visionary with 623 sales. Again, its sales have really tapered off since last week, and the market price though is still staying above the $5 mark at $5.38 US. Here in Canada, it still goes for around $8 Canadian, and they're actually sold out right now. It's €7.22 overseas to get this card, but we all know that Elf Tribal decks will continue to use this long after it's rotated out. And all the people who are speculating on this card, well, if it doesn't get a reprint, it will go back above $10 in the near future after rotation. So those people who are specking on it probably made a pretty safe bet, assuming they can move as many copies as they bought. Our number 7 card this week is the Leyline Binding, and that is from Dominaria United. Now this card surprises me at its price point. The market price is still holding at $13.11 US. 761 sales is respectable, but it is tapering off compared to the usual Hot 10 videos where you see there's several thousand sales and it takes me forever to count them. A foil is $14.12 US, and it's €13.88 to get this card into your house. A closer look, and yes, I enjoy the ability of flash and the domain ability depending on the colors you're using. This will probably find a home in 5-color decks. I'm just curious to see if the price point will stay at that level for longer or if it'll start dipping down as new sets are released and other cards start to intermix in the standard format, dragging the price down. The Defiler Vigor comes in at number 6 from Dominaria United with 980 sales this week, October 7th to the 14th of 2022. This card's price is really balanced out from that $20 collapse. It's now been hanging around the $5 to $6 mark for several weeks, letting you know this price is probably going to hold. The market price is $5.19 US. It's €6.26 to get that card into your house, and it's around $7 here in Canada. Now, the sales at 980 are much lower than in previous weeks, and for those who follow this video each and every week, you can tell the sales are really down as the player base starts to save up their money for things like Magic 30, for Dominaria Remastered, Brothers War. There are so many products that Wizards is actually not seeing the full market capitalization of their products. They're moving too quickly, players can't keep up, so they're just moving on and ditching lost revenue from products that are already out there. It's kind of a mistake on Wizards' part, but I guess they just don't care. They want to get things out as quick as they can. Now, when we're taking a look at the number 5 card this week, it is the Commissar Severina Raine. Universes Beyond Warhammer 40k, and I love this artwork. It reminds me of some miniatures I saw as a kid. It reminds me of the actual video game I used to play. I think it was one of the RPG, like real-time strategy games. Now, this card is a market value of $5.99 US, 1,120 sales this week, which is fantastic for a new card like this. And when you take a closer look at it, 1 black, 1 white, it's a 2/2. It has leading from the front. Whenever Commissar Severina Raine attacks, each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. That's amazing. It also has summary execution. Sacrifice another creature, you gain 2 life, and draw a card. Picture that in a whole bunch of token decks. I wish this had like just black-red. I could have totally put it into my Throw Bolt deck. I would have done it. Amazing card. I love it. Makes me want to build a commander deck and play that deck. Number 4 this week is Celestine the Living Saint, Universes Beyond Warhammer 40k, with 1,226 sales. The average price is $9 US, the market price is $8.39. This card is amazing, but what sets it apart is its secondary ability. It's a 3/4 for 1 white and 4 generic. It has flying and lifelink, but the Healing Tears ability is what's going to set it apart in Commander games. At the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. There are so many ways of gaining life in Commander that this card is going to make a big splash and it's going to see a lot of play. Now, the number 3 card this week is Tolarian Terror, and it's from Dominaria United. 1,593 sales this week. It's less than $1 to buy this card. This one is seeing a lot of play, mainly due to the fact that every time you cast that instant or sorcery spell that goes to the graveyard, it starts lowering its casting cost. It's like Affinity, right? It's lowering things down, making this card easier to get out. And when it hits the battlefield, it also has Ward. And it's not like it's a drawback of being a 5/4 or a 4/5. No, this is a 5/5. You have to kind of have a big creature out. And in a blue control, getting this card out early and using the rest of your spells to hold off your opponent while the Serpent tears you apart. I've seen it numerous times on Arena, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this card plays out. Now, the number 2 card this week. That's right, Relic of Legends has finally been knocked out of the number 1 spot. We have a new number 1 this week. It still had 1,790 sales this week, and you can see the price is still less than $2. The price fell just a little bit. A lot of people are speculating on this card because it has the ability to tap an untapped legendary creature you control to add 1 color to your mana pool. That is a great card, but it is an uncommon. And it's finally been knocked out. So after, being 6 weeks at the top end, we now have a brand new number 1 card this week. And it is Braids, Arisen Nightmare, and that is the Showcase Edition from Dominaria United, taking the top spot with 1,798 sales. That's right. It beat out the Relic of Legends by 8 sales. Well, I guess technically 9. 8 would be a tie. So 9 sales to take it. The market price is $2.22, but this card is seeing a lot of play as well. Although it gets bashed every time I play it, people like to kill it off as soon as it hits the battlefield because this can mess with a lot of people's cards in various ways. You'll continue to see this card played a lot as it's in rotation. I'll be curious to see what they bring out in Brothers War to match up along with this. Maybe a Gix card will kind of have some fun with it. I'm looking forward to seeing the future of Braids and what it does. So guys, that was your Hot 10, the hottest selling cards in Magic this week. Now overall, the sales are down. Things are a little bit lower, a little bit low key, as players are starting to put those funds aside to save up for future Magic products. I'll be just curious to see what happens in the next 30, 40 days as a lot of these sets start to roll out. You know, Magic 30, all those fancy booster packs, Brothers War. We'll have, we're going to have spoilers in like 15 days. It's going to be a fantastic time to report on what's going on in Magic and see how these cards interact going forward. Guys, what a great time to be in Magic. Even if we're complaining about it, it's still a great time to play the game. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I'm looking forward to reading your comments in the comment section. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. And a big shout out goes out to all the fantastic patrons on my channel who support me each and every day, guys. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. See you soon. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Just take one down and pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer. Take one down and pass it around. 97 bottles of beer on the wall. 97 bottles of beer on the wall. I'm just kidding, guys. Sorry. I want to see how I can get that going. I'm getting dry throat there. Had to have my coffee. And honestly, I haven't had a drink in like 6 months now? As I've been trying to lose weight, right? It's killing me. Have a great day. Enjoy it, guys. You made it here to the end. And you can just put in the comment section, take one down and pass it around. Yeah. Have a great day.